We are here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's another beautiful day, another beautiful Wednesday of the emergency meeting. As we are shooting this episode, we are just 4 days, if not 3 days, into the new government. After the inauguration of the president-elect, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, and his VP, of course, Dr. Jane Ansah. This is the room, this is the boardroom, and this is where we discuss these people. Hey, panopati mabwera kudzakambirana za anthu awawa because we've given them mandate yonena kuti akhoza tikankhira dziko lufika pena pake. And also, we don't just talk about them, we also talk about our responsibility, understanding kunena kuti chinthu ichi sichawo chokhayi ifeso there is a contribution that we make kuonesesa kuti dzikoli likusuntha pamene lili pandopita kwina kwake. And the conversations that we build in this room, amakhala ma conversations onena kuti we have a say in this nation. Today I've got a guest. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you.
Today, Bishop, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Today I'm hosting my my former boss. Amakos Jerry was the what? Was it the deputy?
The deputy chief of
Deputy chief of party, country director.
Country director.
Yeah, in the organization that I was working with, I think a year ago. Sure. And honestly, pale anthu ena umanena kuti tidagwira nawo ntchito, but you cannot speak much about them because mwina palibe chimene munagwirapo cha ntchito yawo. But I can tell you that I invited Amakos here because I know him. I know his passion, not just about ntchito imene amakhala akugwira, but also about this nation.
Exactly.
Sir, welcome again.
Thank you so much.
To the emergency meeting.
Thank you so much.
I know you're so much passionate about governance.
Yes.
Why is it so?
Sure. Thank you so much, Henley.
Yeah.
Bishop, as we fondly call each other.
Yeah.
It's always good to be in such platforms.
True,
for
man.
me. I so believe that Malawi will be built by many other.
True.
And we should be taking care of those aspects. We cannot
of
just be building around one narrative. So the diversity of narratives is what going to help us build a great nation. So to your question, why about governance? I believe everything that we see in this life has got a genesis somewhere.
Of course, yeah.
So it's a scenario of in the modern day we've got computers. We engage with a keypad.
Keypads, yeah.
But there is a software behind it. So I always term governance as a software to everything.
Okay.
So even life. So life, I can call you Henley.
Yeah.
Is Henley the person I'm seeing here? Or if it's Henley the man who is speaking behind this person? So it's a software hardware kind of a relationship of the original person. So governance for me shapes everything. Governance for me can unlock everything.
Yeah, true.
Governance for me can take Malawi to where it wants to be. So I believe that's the only route for me.
Yeah.
For us to get it right.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. I know we're going to have like a good time. Feel free. We can interact in our local language because I think the viewership of this show, it's mixed.
Yeah.
Okay. So we try as much as we can to reach to everybody. We know sakhale unena kuti wasidwa banja kuti sitting and verses bene magambirana. Because we know whatever that we are discussing here is something that every Malawian should grasp.
Absolutely.
We've changed government. I will not speak much about the elections and all that. I think we've had enough time talking about that.
Sure.
But we are now in the DPP era. Sure. They retain to proven leadership as it has been said by themselves. And kwambiri zimaoneka ngati unena kuti ngati Malawi ena timaoneka kuti we lost trust. Okay? Pa kaendesude kadziko kazithu. And when you look at it, you find out unena kuti it's not like kuti mwina tapita kutali kuti sitingabwerere ayi. I remember nthawi nake ndinazafunsa kuti kapena we are irredeemable, and someone said I know we are not, but I wanted to know kuti what kind of leadership reforms, okay, and can we do, and maybe also to find out how can citizens actively demand transparency and accountability.
Sure. So we have a responsibility as citizens. As I was mentioning, to say that governance for me is like a software.
Yeah.
Of whatever we want as a product. So its hardware are the results of what we get.
Yeah, of course.
Sustainable economic development within the context of the things that matter in our country.
Yeah.
For example, timakonda nsima. We can't run away from nsima.
Yeah, of course.
But growing now as a country, palima options then amena kubwera.
Yeah.
Balisa kujazina zimetu
Batata, chinangwa.
and we know that we will become a food secured country out of maize, not just maize itself, but we respect maize because it's a crop that has been there and it has sustained us for over years. So if you look at that, and if you look at many dziko lathu lakhala likuendera. For instance, we had DPP inachoka, pano yabweranso, we had another government. Kuri muone zinthu zambiri zimene zikumakhangati zikumakambidwa kumapanga tilt towards economy.
Yeah.
Kuti economy sili bwino.
Yeah.
Zinthu sizili bwino.
Moyo wanthu walimba.
Yes, we can't get a balance of trade.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we can't get a balance of trade. And sakupeza the much needed forex so that they can trade, and then inkupeza kuti nkumakhala ni moyo wawo wabwino wa tsiku ndi tsiku. So there are many things for me that has happened in Malawi that were maybe not supposed to happen at that time.
Okay.
So there are many things that have not happened in Malawi that were supposed to happen. For instance, we have moved into a democratic dispensation of government since 1994.
Yeah.
Tikamawerengera ndio tikamafika ngati 2024, if I'm not mistaken, then we should be saying panopa 2024 we're 30 years. Panopa we're talking about maybe 32 or 33, 31 years, I mean, into democracy. When we received democracy, did you embrace democracy? Yeah? Because receiving is one thing.
Yeah.
Embracing it is another thing.
Yeah, of course.
So, democracy, we did not embrace it. In the sense that we did not develop platforms that will give us proper leaders, that will run our countries, that will manage the democracy that we have embraced going forward. I think that's the number one thing. So we should be looking at that angle. We should be pushing in serious leadership reforms. I remember the previous government, Meyango Tuluga, 4 or 5 days ago, when they had just won into government, the vice president then, late Dr. Saulos Cross Chilima, may he so rest in peace, he immediately adango winner, and I'm some mindset change.
Yeah, of course.
Public lectures.
Yeah.
You know, those were very important platforms.
Very powerful platforms.
Very important platforms.
I should say.
Do you know the reason of those platforms? He wanted to breed. He wanted to bleed leaders. Can we pass on what we have?
Yeah, true.
Because leadership is not just about you being in front or a position. Leadership is an ability of you replicating yourself in other people successfully, and letting other people do what you can do and manage what you can manage. So he started that. He wanted to come up with a seed of next generation leaders. So when I talk about next generation leaders, for me, I always go back to data. I look at statistics. I look at our population. How are we formed as a population? For example, those who are 14 this year, do you know that they are potential voters in in 2030?
Yeah, true.
And what kind of information do these guys have as leaders? Are they interested? Are they interested?
Because they are going to make a decision.
That's their leaders. Because leaders, the mistake is, for example, the one who was born in this constituency, we think that that's a leader. She's not a leader. I know it's a she. It's not a leader. The leaders are us, the ones who are living in the constituency. Because we're the ones who are looking for a kind of a leadership from her that we're going to receive only if we can give her something. True. Those are some of the things that we should be thinking about. So our education system is built around us just being on the receiving end. On the receiving end, it is built around So we maintain the status quo even in a classroom environment. So all of that has departed us from building a caliber of leaders that would help us to develop this country and build this country to an extent that this country should have a crop of leaders that in every aspect, so those are some of the things that
I'm hearing you. But should we say kunena kuti mavuto wao osakhala ndi mpata wochita breed leadership, should we say has contributed to the reason we are going back to those people that we have tried before? I would say kunena kuti if we look back Panopa to the return of the proven leadership,
yes,
a lot of people that we will see are the people that we have seen before.
Absolutely.
Okay, whether they failed that time, whether they were on average, or whether they were the best, but we are gonna have them again. When maybe pakatipa mwina sitina khale ndi mpata kuti anthu ena akadzuka akuonekera kapena they've been given opportunity, should we say it's because of that problem that we are failing to breed leaders?
Yeah, that would be a problem, but much more to that would also be kunena kuti in Malawi, for instance, we always look at leadership in the context of politics only.
Yeah, of course.
We don't look at leadership even as we're discussing with my citizens. What is our law? You know, we've got a civic duty.
Okay.
And we've got civic responsibilities. You know, most of the times, and they are my civic rights. No. But we've got a duty and we've got responsibilities
as well.
And that is what elects a leader. Because, you know, Henry, you might have used the term when you were opening this discussion, say that I was a former boss.
Yeah.
But if we dissect that, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was your colleague.
Of course, yeah.
But I was just maybe entrusted with more responsibilities. So I was answerable more than maybe others.
True.
You get the point? So it was a question of how am I interacting with everyone? Because my leadership can only be established with people. There is no leadership that is established without people. So it is in the quality of the citizens that makes a right reader. I think that's number one. So it is in the also duty of the citizens to respond. So in the context of our country, you see that, for example, we have got a new leadership. And I was just going through today's media content. You'd see that they have announced a partial cabinet
of course.
And the other strategic positions. And you'd see that some of the positions are progressive in nature,
of course,
given to what we have experienced in the past. And some of them are not. Some of them are not. And what are we saying? Are we saying that in that dispensation of leaders in the political arena, we don't have Ashinyamata, we don't have Mafana organizable, we don't have Mafana or my strategic thinkers. Because you know the hope of the people that they are having right leaders will not only come from the appointments, Henry,
of course,
but also come with the association. So it has been that, but it has also been one other many aspects. It has been aspects to say my aspects one na kuti ifeo tindi akamoyo koma nena kuti abanga Henry. Ochuka and Henley. Abanga and Henley. Ochuka and Henley. You know, I'm so happy. I'll tell you, Henley, today that in where we're working together, there is one who rose up to the core of leadership. And she went and then she's been successful.
And
I guess
she was not a country director.
Exactly. She was not
in a senior management.
No, she wasn't there.
True, man.
I have got solutions.
True, man. And we have to give shout out. Shout out to Veronica Ndalama.
Honorable.
We're so proud of you, man. We're so proud of you. Go represent the people. And don't forget the people, okay?
Yes, you have to do that.
Sure.
So you have to look at that aspect.
The
other aspect, let me quickly summarize this. You'd also see leadership in the space of in the political space. Kunena kuti atsogoleri kumalawi kunoko. Come on, bruh. Let's call it a spade. Atsogoleri kunoko anazindikira kuti kuli ma citizens onena kuti samadziwa.
Special Bishop, you don't have to be apologetic about it. We always say it here.
Amaona kuti atsogoleri samadziwa. I'm doing a postmortem of the campaign period. At the parliamentary level, umve anthu amene awina ambiri akuza nagula maboko sambiri apereka ndalama zambiri kumaliro amene amafuna those who wanted to stay real to the core of the position of an MP, they have lost it.
Of course. Why?
Because they were not
they're not speaking the same language of the people on the ground.
And who is to blame now?
You're right.
It's the people. Because they are missing an opportunity of having a correct leader.
Exactly.
So you see where I'm coming from. We are not breeding leaders. Because breeding leaders would mean that even our institutions of governance in Malawi, they should also speak into that. It's nice. National Initiative for Civic Education. What does it do? Beware of Bishop for the past. I will just give you for the past 3 weeks. For the past 1 year. About my civic life, my civic duties, my civic responsibilities. As far as I know, a member of parliament, nchito yake is to represent. Amapanga representant. Kwapanga represent. He represents Anhaja on their issues. The policy level issues. If you know what Timona ngati kuti zinthu mutamaendesa chonchi as a government, number one. Number two is to make laws.
Also to kugula maboko.
To make laws. To make laws. Azitipangira legislative. Azitipangira malamulo parliament.
Ogwirizana ndi ife ya Malawi.
Ogwirizana ndi mafuta metu kumana nawo. And I will give a very direct example. The recent government, Mayor Jogai, they noted that sugar is a problem in country.
Of course,
And what they noted is that every year problem here no matter what we have done, they went back to the law. They noted that the Sukoma Act had issues. The Sugar Act had issues. And then they went and tweaked those issues and then flooded it back, gazetted it, and then flooded it back into the space. And we saw Kudishugoja, and we've also seen opportunities in the economic space.
The business, exactly.
So on and so forth. So it's a chicken and egg situation for me. Muona kuti pali lamulo lo ndilimeli kupanga impede kuti ansanga kenalo. Those are the issues we should be looking at. Ukamapita parliament next time tapita mukadonera lamulo ili likutipanga affect in this way, but we have taken parliamentarians ngati anthu angogula mabokosi and izi kumapangisa anthu ajazikhala ndi pressure. They are spending unnecessarily. Do you know that is a recipe for corruption?
It is.
That is a recipe for abuse.
Because the amount of money those people spend to entice you to vote for them.
I know one MP wanduza kauri has spent close to 700 million.
Imagine, that's a lot of
for
money.
a campaign with a MP.
That's a lot of
MP
money.
How is he gonna recover
all those
that money? So that is the second thing. And the third thing, a member of parliament, I mean, apart from oversight. Kukumati yanganira. Bayano paliponse. Ati that's why we are so vocal titamva kunena kuti we are so happy titamva kunena kuti CDF yabwerera ku local government. CDF ndi
yakucancel.
Actually ntchito zimene MP amapanga
za
kansala.
Si ntchito zimene akhoza kuyimira pa podium ndimana kuti tikupangirani zakuti bridge si ntchito yake. Bad. It's because the community, the people, the citizens don't know kuti kodi munthu ntchito yake ndi chani. So munthu uja wakwera pamene pakusaziwa kwathuko.
Amangomenya ndikugwetseratu. Ndikutipweteka pena paliponse. They know kuti we do not have this tilibe information.
And it means when they go, when they are not doing their job as they are intended to, there will be nobody to check them. Because we don't know their job.
Palibe. I'm so glad. Nima MP amaima nkumabanga question my bills that are being discussed in parliament. Do you know what in parliament muli mabill MP amatakulowa kutuluka 5 years cycles osakamba ko chinthu chimozi chimene akudziwa yeye njota akagulabe mabokosi and he will be back and they will be back.
Ngati anga ausi anthu uli kuchigayo kwanga mugaisa ulere mwezi wakuti amene adzabwera.
They will be back.
So you know olosana pange propose bill ina ili yose lililonse olo kupanga ko debate ndithu pa bill ina yake kuonesa kuti this is what the people of Cholo Thapa are saying. Oh, but that's my constituency.
Sure. So Cholo Thapa, watch out. You might be coming for it.
Yes, I'll be coming in hot.
Sure.
Yeah, Bishop, yeah.
Those are some of the issues. So we have to unpack leadership.
Yeah.
We have to confront it.
Yeah.
We cannot be skating around it. No, we have to face it head on. When we face it head on, unpack, there are issues that we must address. And these issues, exactly. It doesn't mean that we can't catch up. We can always catch up.
We
have to be intentional.
We can.
In I was reading somewhere, Bishop, I'm told that an age group between, I love that. An age group between 15 and somewhere going to 30, 35 in Malawi. It's fluctuating around 40, 45 to 50 going to 55.
Okay.
So you see, that is a convincing number. Do you know that age group? In the age group, you're already in your program. That's why it's active with education. Yeah? In Mugafika missing hey when did school it's not our priority. But many age group education in your program. So we should invest in that age group. Age group major is this tikamapita okamuvotera Henry. Tikamapita okamuvotera amakosi. Kumuvotera ifashana. Amakosi policy content yake yabo. Policy content yake ndio akainyamula akavanayo ku parliament kuchi. He would discuss a loan bill. Loan it certain.
Exactly.
But do you know that every sitting parliament approve Malone? Hey, chifukwa nanu amakupanga approve si president ya. These are the leaders.
Exactly.
So you see tipanga attack muntu olakwika. But by the end of
Bishop,
it is antwena.
Muli pamene popo. Munomata katuma kambirana nena kuti ineyo zimandiwawa kuti for such a long time timakhala tikulimbana ndi munthu wolakwika kuti tikhoza kumpanga question. I am saying this because let's talk about public service delivery.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yes.
Kumalawi kuno mu system yathu tili ndi my institution amene we say kuti they must be independent.
Absolutely.
They must serve Malawians regardless of kuti awa ndi achipani chanji, awa ndi mtundu wanji, awa amachokera kuti. And they must be independent.
Yes.
But do you know kunena kuti nthawi ina yake anthu timakapanga question president fachani awawa sana mangidwe?
Imagine.
Do you know that?
Imagine.
Kuti who stand ndi kupanga question kuti kodi chifukwa chani nthawi ya APM wakuti sana mangidwe? When there is a whole Malawi police
service
that is responsible, when there is a whole anti-corruption bureau that is responsible for that, and why do we question someone there when there are people responsible to do that job?
You know, we've got broken structures in the citizens.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to the citizens.
Yeah,
we have to address where it matters.
Yeah.
Because if we keep it year in, year out, we're missing the point.
So many years,
we don't have the quality. Including me, we don't have a quality of citizens that can be called citizens of a nation.
Even on the other citizens, you know?
If we do not have the quality, I'm telling you, we are
expounding that.
Expounding that. If excite, this is all and you know,
you're right.
We have positioned ourselves deliberately.
They are just taking advantage of us.
These guys, they are just using what is available. They're just using what is available.
Oh my.
Look at this.
Oh my word.
We have brought in a very important issue. You look at kunena kuti munthu lese anaba.
Yes.
Munthu anabanga chinchola kuika.
Yes.
Yeah. So machita kuziwa zonena kuti munthu huyu anabanga chinchola kuika. So we must the law has to take its course.
Exactly.
It's the law. Lilipo kali.
Yes.
So munthu huyu tipita tikantenga. So munthu muchozoti, for example, munthu is politically exposed.
Yeah.
Ni munthu andale ndito.
Yeah.
Abanga zandale.
Yeah.
Munthu huyu ndo andale tikakamutenga ngati information ili yosakwana. Ndiye kuti munthu huyu kukhotha kati bwenzi.
Yes.
So amadziwa.
Amadziwa
kukhotha kati bwenzi. So instead of them investing kunali mlandu utu uyambe tumalize tipange convict munthu ayi zimene apangeyo they would lash kukapanga chinchola kuikacho mwina khoso thamangira kamugwira pa akamugwira mucha atamangira kuvala naye sokoti akavala koti kuchi chimene amakapempha kunena kuti
timusunge
pange mandi
kafufuza be
inasinelawyer sinapangepo
masukani
this is basic
knowledge
makamugwira ndoti mwapanga
information
kwa magistrate yomwe makatenga warrant of arrest mkatenga warrant of arrest muli ndi chain of events timati value chain and that whole cycle anzathu amalamulo you know what we are abusing these institutions of governance in Malawi like Malawi police service
exactly
tuli ndi capable people kumwe kujaku tindi capable people and by the way we've got the new inspector general congratulations to Mr. Luhanga the new inspector general of police he served so well in this country and we hope he will continue to serve well and they have retained Noel Kaila
the deputy IG administration
and another guy Chaim I think he's also another IG guy we have got hope in their leadership we want them to do the right things so mapezani magaya maja ni mayaza deputy IG in fact he's a pension holder akupanga na reside academic biography yake chancellor college
when he was graduating
kuti munhu ndiyaza
zinthu but why do we fail when it comes to executing
for the political leadership space inazindikira kuti ifeyo timakhala azisogoleri and tikakhala azisogoleri amatipanga praise amatimaopyeza anthu sinanga iwo aja amayuza influence yake ya material things so material things akamapereka amapangisa kuti munthu amene ali socially excluded in that level imene ali nayo politically akhale kuti akunjenjemera kuti if I do not appease or praise Henry sandipasa
true
then ifona najana zolole kuti amauzidwa zinthu
awawa ndi bwana awawa
ndi bwana do you know what happens next mapeso tino mafana ajano magaja instead of them to preside over a leadership yoyenerera according to mene amalamulo athu alili according to mene public service charter yathu ilili amapeso tiwo aja kupanga preside over zimene akufuna iwo because they know that they can call a police officer and tell him mumpange choncho exactly osa msiya police officer
agwire ntchito yake
because mina ndime makhala kumusira police officer afufuza ndipo apeza you have a logical conclusion kuti mlandu unatere akamapanga present before the honorable magistrate akapeza kuti mlandu uja ndomveka and this person and now they were convicted so timapeza kuti we've at that level yonena kuti tikungokanga we are cycling in another fifth and cycling out another fifth cycling in another fifth cycling so timapeza kuti zimezo zimalepheresa number 1 number 2 we also don't have a strong will towards our public service.
True.
And the also is also coming back. It's also coming back to us the citizens. I'm telling you, it's not President Chakwera Wajokai. I'm a great show up to him. It's not President Mutarigo who changed. No. Okay, it can be pinched on a weak point.
Of course.
But kunena chungamo. Silipo Hamabanga. And you and I wanting a service in the public. Umapezwa wapita
ku immigration.
And you are met with these people. Wonder who's in there. They are dropping it in your face. So they take it. Take it or leave it.
So, anzano ali pirate ngazi pita.
Pomp. Iwewe ukafuna kuchedwa ukafuna kuoneka dolo. Tie
muzima panzere.
So who checks that? Who brings in those checks and balances? Who brings, police because there was a lot of police brutality. There was a lot of suspect kunabera ICC, the independent commission. That one is keeping police officers in the check. I'm telling you, if you go to police now, they cannot do in such buenas. But somebody who
checking us.
There is somebody who's checking. But who checks the public service? That's my big question. Even I reflect on that. Government. Who was checking their public service? Who was checking immigration?
My passport for 3 years.
Who was checking the road traffic network?
Kuti makadi mpaka ma license tiziprinta papepala.
Who was checking all those issues? So these are issues to do with national sovereignty. We can't have a driver's license papepala. No. But it means nobody.
We went so low.
There was no will. No one was giving in it that will. I haven't heard in
Oh, man.
Do you know, when I've been in this country, I haven't heard someone kujoga unyumba kwa koda akapanga mademo. Issue yonena likumpanga da affect moyo wako sikwanda. Amapito akapanga mademo. Issue imene kumpanga affect mtu andale.
True.
So if Henry is a politician,
you're right.
If Henry is a politician, if Henry is a politician, and the issue kumeye kumpanga MP, issue mene akozo ipanga
ikale ya Malawi.
National issue.
Ikale futo la Malawi.
They will not change that. They will not change that. They will not change that.
Kulipanga futo kuti likale la Malawi, amperekeze panseu. Chifukwa cha futo la ineyo.
Yes. On Henry's issue.
And that is what has been happening.
Because if Nakodi, road traffic was an issue for us, we would have taken it to the street.
Yeah, true.
Across the offices.
Yeah.
Let the director of road traffic as
yes.
Because we know it's not Chakwera. Let the chief immigration officer as a law.
Exactly.
As a law, because we know it's him who works there. It's how who works there, not Chakwera.
Ayikidwa pamene ipopo kuonesesa kuti system ikugwira ntchito.
You see?
People are having passports.
You see?
People are having my licenses.
You see?
That's the reason they are there.
Bwana, who was at Mela, for example, a very classical leadership crisis Yama citizens made it in
yes.
He made it in Ep52.
Yeah.
Who was at Mela in July? For them to leave a problem Yama Futa.
Yeah. Yeah.
In July.
Yeah.
August. Then we come to September where people are voting. The president should be coming and apologizing to the state.
When there was a whole CEO kumene koko, kuli board kumene koko,
they are looking at these policy issues. And one of the issues that they address are political administrative issues.
Yeah.
Because Mek had taught them, kuti kufuna nthawi yazisankho mafuta zakaleko ndi challenges. And these are issues that you deliberate at the board level. And you do see, kunena kuti panopa, more there is an opportunity in the new government.
Yeah.
For the new government. Yeah. There is an opportunity under this government.
Yeah.
Kunena kuti, mukamasankha mabodi anu. Musasankhire political appeasement. Ahenle, amachia TV. They are a board member.
Pesani antu oti akabweresa ma solution.
They understand corporate governance.
Yes.
They understand what the body matani.
Imatani.
That is the law.
Akabwera inende manena muno bishop kunena kuti there is no way mukangayipeza FDH bank ikukusanza kuti takanika utolera ngongole ya 5 billion. But we can do that with NIF. Why?
Chifukwa we have deliberately created that problem.
Yeah.
So that we want to benefit. Do you know what happens? The politicians,
they
benefit from that problem. So they leave us leaders hanging elsewhere.
Why is it that the professionals that we have entrusted to work in these public institutions, they found themselves compromised not to deliver?
Because they are appointed by the head of state or they are appointed by a political system.
It has pleased kind of opportunities.
Bishop, it has pleased us killed Malawi. It has pleased us killed Malawi.
So
can we compete on merit?
It pleases him and then you please him.
Can we compete on merit?
Or you please people that are connected to him.
Absolutely. You see?
Because it pleased him to put you there.
Exactly.
Bishop, we should not lie to you. With the way things happens kumalawi kwathu kuno. Panopa ndio kuti kumakhala uyusi watu
azativuta.
Uyu bwana asapite ukuti pese munthu onena kuti tikazanga kuti
uyusi watu azativuta. Yeah. I would tell you if you dissect those appointments.
Yeah.
If you look at the DIG's position.
Yes.
He was already champion.
Yeah, of course. He was already a deputy.
It should tell you something. But their position
is
also,
of course.
It is strategic.
It's very strategic. Yeah, kupakira pamawa.
It is strategic. So you see those things are quite.
Yeah,
you know these things all live in a Chakwera. It's people shouted, people said, but did we say enough? Timango yanga na simsoni na kuti simsoni zukomera muntu andale. But the subject matter mene ndiya muntu andale ndukuza ni bishop. Everyone will pursue it. But the subject matter kangokayo nina kuti it is for the interest of the nation. No one will pursue it. Ineo I have fairly also put a blame on this our civil society. The civil society in Malawi it's still weak and very weak now.
It is
very weak.
We can't run away from that.
The dispensation of a quality public service is dependent on the knowledge of the citizen. 2, the availability of resources for the state to provide those services. 3, the understanding of the social contract of the state. Because you know what you have done. Mutaliga a social contract.
Yeah, of course.
Go and deliver on our behalf. Mobilize money to pass and defend. Mobilize
and report to us.
And report back to us.
You are accountable.
It's as simple as that.
You have to come out and say kuti izi ndipo ndalama zanu tikugwisa ntchito chonchi.
So ukapanga noti uone civil society meti nayo kumalawi kunoko imaganiza kunena kuti imapanga advance the agenda of self.
Yeah, of
course. Nayo siyazindikira because a civil society is not they are not partisan.
Yeah.
They are not partisan. They are not partisan. But they are political people.
Yeah, of course.
I'm telling you, these are political people.
That's true.
The
That's
problem
true.
is Makai, politics city mango yanganina ngati ndale
so
Peter za UDF, za TPP, za NCP. No. Politics is beyond that.
It is.
Politics is beyond that. It's an administrative tool. Actually, it's a means of administering something.
Yeah.
So you use the political understanding. Yeah? In our administration and management decision making, we use our tools like political economy.
Yeah.
We use them and or my interview political economy because we know that those are things that we use to push a certain agenda. So you define civil society at Malawi. Most of these organizations push a certain agenda, and agenda maker go take her. If that one is captured, so the space, the civic space, is still shrunk. Because my citizens, this is their space. So it is still shrunk to an extent. They cannot necessarily bring in controls, checks and balances, bring in oversight. They can't check the government, what the government is doing. Because the voice of the citizen is packaged in the civil society. So institutionally, it is very weak to an extent that in our development partners community, it is very quiet on the civil society for that. Because we should be developing a strong civil society. In a country, otherwise, I might become a prophet here.
And
there will be 5 years.
True.
And then we'll go back to the same issues.
And we are not talking about the civil society that is used as a tool by the politicians.
We are talking
because it's been sent.
Yes.
We're not talking about that. We want a civil society that speaks for the people.
Independence bana.
Yes.
In your policy agenda,
you true. They have to be open and tell them that.
And I'll give you a very good example. Maybe he's a public person. So it's good to bring him to the sword.
Of course.
Or maybe expose him.
There
was a guy, Charles Kajolo.
Charles Nzuzu,
he took on issue Ashimang. You went to an international court. Yes, that is what we call advocacy.
You're right.
A civil society should advocate for issues affecting its people.
True, man.
And advocacy goes beyond just passing a message. If litigation is a means of advocacy.
Really?
It is a means of that's what he did. He went to the African Union Court. And he got it.
Wow.
And he got it. So these are some of the things that we should be considering.
True.
These are some of the things that if Antimo are too passionately. And you know what issue in it was the issue that was affecting the state. Another interest here any politician. He was being sued on. They were actually targeting him. So it became an issue. Who is pursuing something of public interest. You see?
And even you sometimes you are worried because even the people that are fighting him is the people that he's fighting.
Exactly.
He's fighting for.
And the issue is not the quality of citizens. Why on?
It is
the quality of citizens. Because my issues all over social media. If you go to
of course.
You go on Instagram, you see men and how done you see me and how it tells you. You remember I told you about the age group 15 and 35. What message are we giving these guys?
True.
Nimamvera creepy na age mashirika ku inauguration. They were literally swearing amamutu kwana president Chakwera.
Imagine.
Amamutu kwana kuti kukweza kandishani choma mapuzo nditu. Kumachula mapuzo. Is that the Malawi we want? Is that the Malawi we want? Because today it's Chakwera Kutukwani.
Yeah, of course.
And these are parents and
True.
We cannot. We can't thrive on.
No, we can't. We cannot
sitting and to one President Mutaliga.
We can.
Sitting and to one President Chakwera. Sitting and to one President Joyce Panda. Sitting and to one candidate, presidential candidate, Dan Kabambi. What issues do you have?
Let's reason together.
But do you know if do you know Anyamataja? I leave a message. They are not operating on any message. They are just free flowing. They're just free flowing.
Yeah,
so right. I leave a message.
Right.
They do not have what to say. The resort to
Bishop, takambirana apapa kuti anzathu amene they are holding public entities, understanding or knowing kunena kuti currently they are being put in those positions. We don't know for what reasons, you know. But will it be possible for them to save Malawians? Just being in those positions and work for Malawians and deliver accordingly, and deliver that is that their positions demand from them. Is it possible?
Very possible, Bishop. I will tell you, Jimene City Madziwa. We are so used to doing the wrong things.
Okay.
The only way to get it
is
right
the wrong
by
thing.
Doing the wrong
thing.
But that's not the way to go. In the wrong way. So we don't know that doing it in the right way is actually more beneficial than doing it in the wrong way. Because when you're doing it in the wrong way, number one, what happens is chimabanga crumble, chimabanga fail. So you go back to the position you made. But in the right way, as you're putting it, is it possible? Can just save Malawians? Emphatically, yes.
Aziziwa kunena kuti ngati ku Malawi polisi ntchito yathu ndionena kuti ngati pena pake zinthu ena akalagwira lamulo, they should face the law, not waiting for a directive from wina wake.
Emphatically, yes. I will tell you, I will not mention names, I will tell you of scenarios. Ndikamakuuza kuti governance is everything, Bishop.
Yeah.
Look at it. There was a time the Umbus person in Malawi investigated the recruitment of a certain CEO of a certain government agency.
Yes. I remember that time.
Didn't we have issues with Mela? Issues of energy of fuel.
Exactly.
Governance. So if you fraud something, you cannot get it right. But if you would have done the right thing, you could have collected that mistake. You could have solved many problems. So strategic thinking, strategic planning. You look things. You think outside the box. You don't think in the present scenario. You have to look at things.
True.
And yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Be the worst case scenario.
Oh man.
But what would be the worst case scenario? So that is a typical example of how you can look at things.
True.
And now lead flag was given, floated to you, and you don't take it. You go your way.
You still proceed.
You go your way.
The wrong way.
And what did
Since you're used to doing things the wrong way.
Then the wrong way has delivered. You see? So we have an opportunity. Actually, every time we are in times like this one.
It's an opportunity to start over.
To start over again. We have to start over again. And in Eopanoba, I just pray. This time around, every institution, including political parties, they will be organized. Even those that are in the opposition, they will be organized so that they can deliver their
true.
Because we need a good oversight. In Enmakumbukira in Malawi, there was once a term, Bingo Mtaliga.
First or second?
First. And then the strong opposition, he delivered.
True.
He delivered. I think our democracy is at that level. Whereby you can only do something right when someone is checking you.
Pointing a gun at
you. So you do find that can help us more than letting things loose.
True.
So we've got an opportunity. This will be my plea with the DPP government. They have been given a fresh mandate by Malawians.
Of course.
Malawians, they have trusted them again. Whatever. I quote Saulo Silima during his mindset change lecture. He said, there is a time for politics and there is a time for administering what politics has given you.
True.
Politics has given you a mandate.
Sinthawiso yandale apapa yayi. Sinthawiso yandale. ndi nthawi yene yogwira ntchito.
Can you work? Can you work? In Ndauna Mafana, I've seen people, people like Dr. Collins Magalasi, he was my boss. That is Action Aid.
Okay.
Yes, smart strategists. The guys, I'm wearing a manifesto. They are demonstrating understanding of these issues. Can we have and what did we now in Chito? Commercial and Hameno, a current zeal and need of leadership so that they can transfer what they have in them to the next generation of leaders, so that they can take it up and take these things forward. Because at that point, we will do things right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Bishop, I'm looking forward to my institutions. Amene agamagwira ntchito monga mandate yawo. Honestly speaking.
You ambile kare SB.
Yes.
You ambile kare Anti-Corruption Bureau. Do you know who the ombudsman inalipo, office of the ombudsman inalipo? Yakairipo. Komano it boils down to the issue made Maruze leadership.
Yeah.
Issue made Makambira na Banoya will. We're having a strong will.
Yeah, true.
That office became more relevant in Malawi. How your messages.
Yeah, you're right.
We can choose to disagree on that. But it became so relevant how your messages. You know why? She saw. She was representing the interest of the people. Memory for the interest of the people. Henla nandrembe nchito. Henla wanipanga fire. Mosa inerera. Maga in public institutions.
True.
Henla wanipanga fire ineo. Anumazazoti to come up with my institutions got ICC police kuche.
Yeah.
Most of the issues is so zimakada ndolidwa kwa ombudsperson. And an ombudsperson amakani backlog of those cases. That's why they said, let's create another independent institution of governance. You know, check is So if you look at the Ndawi Amaseja, there was indeed a service that was being delivered. Dimani ina bishop and ndikumakonda kwa uzandu kunena kuti winning in the political space. Winning in the political space is so easy. Very easy.
It is.
Just do what you said you're going to do.
If
you do it, you can have sit back.
As simple.
You can sit back.
As that.
And Dinagama Auza, the president, His Excellency, Professor Arthur Peter Mtali. And like how does I must
yes. Mungo banga zimene mwalonjeza.
And he should be at Chicago Bank ya campaign.
Kumaza ngodeka
Mukadeke ku Chicago Bank.
You still win. People vote for you.
Inachokera from even the former late president Bingwa Mtali. May he so pay less in peace. You do see kunena di Bingwa struggle yake.
Nchito za manjanga. Zindichitira umboni.
It's as simple as that. It is as simple. There is a structure of government, not governance, of government. Imene kumala kunoko sitimaiona ni nzeru. But the structure ngati local government.
Yeah, true.
Timaiona au council that is the most important structure of service delivery in Malawi.
That is if you want to deliver.
But if you handle that structure so well, you've gotten it for Malawi.
Yeah, true.
If you capacitate that structure financially, if you capacitate that
you
structure,
are good to go.
You are good to
because
go.
Those people are serving the people on the ground. Exactly.
Up to this very day. In Malawi, when we adopted democracy, do you know what we said? Our dispensation of it is by decentralization. But we have had decentralization since
so many years. But what has it been done? What is
that? Can we have a food devolution, ladies and gentlemen? Can we have that is the point of service delivery. So my institutions reformed and they are ready to take up on people's issues should go at this structure.
Yeah, true.
At that point, we will have services for everyone. And at that point, things work well for us.
Exactly. But why is it that we've been having problems? I mean, in terms of reforms. Chifukwa chani ma reforms athu akhala umapeza zoti amango yenda ma step awiri 2 days basi kenako 3 days ma step atatu mbuyo. Tikupita kutsogolo kena kumaoneka ngati tikuyenda kena kuti kudzabwerera mbuyo. What is it the problem? Is it a collective one? Kapena pali munthu wina kamene tikhoza mulozazala kuti awawa ndapena mapangisa.
Bana imene the issue ya ma politicians.
Okay.
I'll tell you, any ruling government in Malawi presiding over a government, yakhala ili ndi vuto ilili since the dawn
of democracy.
Yeah. But also over and above that, even during the Kamuzu time. Okay. But it was different because the Kamuzu time had one party. So it was different. The context was different. But in the dawn of democracy, when you are seeing that you are presenting a view that is contrary to the common view, umaoneka ngati wendo ukira siwe wao ufuna wagwetse. Whoever brought this syndrome anadira kuira
kwambiri. It's a problem.
Anadira kuira kwambiri. Even if you look at entire UDF, the vice president then, Justice Malawi, may his soul rest in peace. Let Justice Malawi, may his soul rest in peace. He was so passionate about it. Ineni makumbukira nkhani even ya civil service contracts. Inamba ntaya
just Malawi,
He pushed so hard that there should be a reform. Because mukayangana reform which ikupanga address issue made na ikambirana area. Timakamba kunena kuti it's not Peter Mutharika, Professor Peter Mutharika. His Excellency. He's not the one who's going to go to road traffic. In civil servants, so every department of government imakandi what we call a public service charter. Service charter.
What they expected to do.
That's the heart we want. That's the quality of citizens. No, sure.
They are demanding a service.
It's not just a light. Beyond the light, there are duties and responsibilities. So he was calling those guys.
You have to respect this. That
was spot on. That was spot on for me.
Yes.
Spot on,
and that's the kind of citizens we must be.
We want citizens like those.
Man.
We want citizens like those. He was calling Lirongoda board to a service.
Exactly.
So reforms. Now is on say they are the guys who are occupying those positions. There are guys who are occupying those. I make a pushback. The pushback is always from those guys. So if you can see the general public sector service reforms, the pushback doesn't with you. We cannot hide. It was pushed back from OPC. And it was not from the office of the vice president. Because he championed it. And he presented it. And beyond that, there was no will to push him. So the first person to have the will should be the president himself. And if he's not comfortable with some elements, come sit down. Remove them, but the interest should always be people. We should be people-centered. We should be people-centered. We should be people-centered. I always quote this famous quote here, Joyce Banda, Excellence. And I quote, she always say, leadership is a love romance. You have to fall in love with the people you're serving, and the people that you're serving, they have to fall in love with you. So if you are presiding over a reform, ufuna reform you go mere munyumba mwa bishop, mwa Henley. So what are we reforming? A reform bana. It's a change. Change is not easy.
It's not easy.
Change imabelesa pen.
Exactly.
Itimanena kuti pen, tima for the pen. For something, for a benefit to come.
But we are not ready. Sometimes I feel like we are not ready. They are not ready. Because I'm telling you, I went through that document and I asked myself, are these people being said here ready for this? No. Are these people ready to say we can give that away? For the sake of this nation.
But I know we'll come to issues of an economy. Of the economy. But just get to think of it. We've got parastatals in Malawi. These are institutions that are supposed to be profit-making.
True.
When last did we receive a report that parastatal X has posted a profit?
Exactly.
So these are the reforms he's calling into these institutions to be active, to be working for the state. The segregation of responsibilities. That was a spot on reform.
True.
Generation distribution the power market because tinazindikira kunena kuti zinthu zathu mbuyo muzimativuta chifukwa chonena kuti zimakhala kuti zili concentrated pamalo amozi. Do you know why we still have problems here? Is one big and it's a policy and technical issue. We over depend on Shire River. We only have got one river.
True.
Anything happening to Shire
that,
River,
we're down. True.
So we also over depending on one source. But
Masola, yeah, true.
So these are some of the things that we should be looking at and seriously confront. And number 2 issue, kungani ya reforms, ningani yonena kuti ifeyo ma citizens. You know, who else went to the street?
Palibe.
Those are the things to we are pushing somebody's political idea.
Not even civil society.
No.
Came out.
No.
And reforms and we are doing this.
No one demanded for the reform. And no political, even those who were in opposition that time, they never sponsored my demo. Exactly.
I remember we talked about it.
Exactly.
And if these people will not allow this to happen, they cannot move a hand.
Bishop, look at this. Let's just take issue as CDF. Constituency Development Fund. That issue number 1, the argument has always been it is not constitution. It is nowhere in the constitution. Our constitution it imabereka mandate kufund district development fund. Dima urban or city development funds. We've got those funds. The Kwama urban councils in the city council mandra ya city. District district development fund. Do you know why the constitution mandates that? It's because chindi kochokera. Chima ambira ba village action plan. Chima kasanduka socio-economic profile. Chima kasanduka district development plan. And the district development fund funds the district development plan. That's the standard.
So this CDF was kind of political.
Ana beresa ndi ma MP. Ama ibanga push kuti ndi pocket money yao. And do you know why still panopa temu anaikuweza kwambiri anasintha ma guidelines ma MP amakhala ndi crack wa CDF odi azipanga zinthu learning things parallel to the system yaba council. Drama zibera controlling officer. Koma the controlling officer will not have control on this money. Uone kuti pushback imachokera pati pa reforms. Itabwera ngani. Why was the Attorney General even going to court? For whose interest? Because it was a pro-people judgment. Attorney General just imagine. So you look at that from that context. So these guys, they'll always push for Zindunga disease. Because Zindunga disease, Zima countries go up and do that. There are the things also they have messed up a lot of politicians.
You're right.
A lot of politicians are in a mess because of CTF.
Because of CTF.
The way they administered it.
Right.
And the way a personal interest, Henry. I'm gonna tell you today, Bishop, and those who are following us.
True.
You look at go and find out who council. Kulima DDF, my district development fund. I'm in Biri. I'm in Sana Pangide fund. Even I'm Chaka Jatai. The budget was there, was approved, but money didn't come. Remittance didn't happen. But CDF, you can check 100%. It is always 100%. Imalowa so muntao yake. Akozo kawa kuti pa district la libe mafuta, aambira siku chipatala. Koma CDF
ndalama zalowa.
The interest itself always. The interest itself always. So if we want to confront real issues, let's work on our governance. And if we work on our governance, let's work on our strategic governance institutions. We've got the Anti-Corruption Bureau. Let's be serious with SCP. Let's work on serious reforms and have this institution working. Whose person? We've got MEC. We've got
the Malawi police.
Malawi police. Yes, these institutions, they have to be thriving. You know, recently we have seen a lot of interference, not necessarily in a bad way, but we have seen a lot of involvement in Malawi Defense Force. In
enforcing security.
It shows our institution becoming.
Yes.
And we have got absolute hope in the current leadership ya police imene abwera apa nopa.
We hope
Especially,
so. We hope so.
We are very hopeful.
Yeah.
We are hopeful kuti ibanga reinstate kuti the public trust ibwerere. So that the police should be seen to be in charge on matters to do with internal security.
Exactly.
National security.
MTF isamalowerere nkhani za kumatemo.
Absolutely.
Kuti apolisi akanika kuwagwira anthu kumatemo. Anthu oti akubweretsa chisokonezo. Ndikumadalira kuti MTF ituluse anthu.
And do you know the police has got many functions. Many gathandizire mu development discourse. You look at kuti many decentralization yathu. Though 40, we should have revised the Police Act. We needed to devolve the police functions.
Okay.
We're not kind of metropolis. You don't get city council singa kale city council
yobanda police. Yeah.
We needed to have my metropolis.
Yeah.
Huh? We needed to have my metropolis.
Exactly.
City council they're doing it in government. A police person is not trying to beat someone. They are there to protect the citizens.
Exactly.
They are enforcing a law. You know?
True.
So but it's in Zambiri. They have to work with it.
I love that angle. Bishop. Ineyo ni mazoazo kuti ndimalankhula kuno ndimaneneda kuti ndimalankhula koma ineso I respect you kuti and anthu amene akutisiwa inu ndine tikakhala pa footways amaleleka tiyayi basi.
Let's go back.
Umangodaba kuti Dr. Jamu adzuka kuti akupita ku office okozi basi.
Nelson, let me join in.
Yeah, but Bishop, I think we cannot leave this room without talking about the economy of this country.
Absolutely.
Looking at pamene economy yathu imasamira and also looking at kunena kuti ndrama zathu za kunoko timadalira ndrama za misonkho zimene timatolera.
Yes.
Timadalira thandizo limene timalandira kuchokera kwa my international partners.
Yes.
You know, and pakati apa kwakhala kuti padusa mphepo yonena kuti my international partners they are pulling out or mwina akupanga scale down on the funding that they have been giving to this country. What can be the way forward now as we going forward? Kunena kuti as a country we should be in a certain stability economically. What is it that we should do going forward?
Bishop, how old is Malawi again?
61 after independence? Yeah.
Yes, after independence.
Yes.
So look, we have got a 61-year-old baby who still wants to feed on soft food.
Yeah.
Soft food. Is he going to form a statue that we want? Absolutely no.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of things that are ill-placed.
Yeah.
They are not best positioned. We've got a lot of things made Rubanga just to service our bellies.
Yeah.
We are not thinking. And you know, because I know you, that you're a parent. You're a parent. Our constituency.
True.
You're a parent.
Yeah.
Because we've got Anna. We've got Anna and Anaja. They're being modeled by this kind of thinking.
Yeah, true.
Which is absurd. At this stage, we should have been defining our economic zones and our economic foundations. Malawi should be relying and resting on these things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you these things. Development aid will always be there.
Yeah.
Development assistance is always given. It is always given. And the scaling down is not only Malawi, it's global. And
global.
You and I we have learned even also many US government in Mabanga scaled down. We have learned kulimaiwa mama andra ed Malawi kunama.
True.
And these are countries what if ed maona and you get the point.
True,
there are many European countries, Latin American countries, Asian countries are many maona kuti nandrama
even Africa kuna South Africa.
That's strong economies. Nigeria Nigeria was
getting a lot of funds.
Was third largest in terms of aid recipient, but they are a very strong economy in irrespective of anything. GDP per capita or anything. So you look at those things, aid will always be given.
Yeah.
But for me, what I look at when I look at the development assistance, I look at it from an angle you're already doing something.
Yeah, true.
So these guys are coming to complement something that you're doing. So there should be a shift.
Yeah.
Tinalo is a kwambiri. Pakatipa we had left even our mandate.
Yeah.
You know, in leadership, your office, your position. You are a leader. You are in executive management or C-suite, as people call it. There is one thing we discussed, your mandate or your core functions, you don't delegate.
Okay.
You don't delegate.
Okay.
Bishop ine mukhoza kundipangira delegate kunena kuti ndikakutengereni mwana ku skulu komano pali ntchito ina yake yakunyumba kwanu ndi ntchito yanu imene it's you who can do it. Mwana ndikhoza kwakutengera but I cannot show love to your wife.
No.
You get the point. I cannot kuti azikhala comfortable amunanga kundikonda but
amandithandiza so
sizimatheka. So you know these are some of the things zimene tinakhala kuti we are tumakangati tikuzipanga push. Umapezoti ukayangana for example health service delivery. If you look at the public health service charter, if you look at our corresponding frameworks of action, for example, in any manena kuti a state of national address ndimema banga feed into the national budget after the consultation. So the state of national address it gives the position of the economy of the country, and then imakabanga feed into the national budget. So once these things event ikachitika use event and event imatipasa budget. So imatiuza zimene ife tikuyenera kupanga. One of the areas zimene for example Malawi kunoko umachita kudziwira kuti Malawi wani satsata two Malawi safuna kuti zinthu izizi atsogolerepo ndiwo. It's that one.
Okay.
I will tell you, you will find kunena kuti ndi anthu angati ku Malawi kunoko who follows SONA. But when you read that statement, it's a statement for us.
It is.
In I was chatting with Dr. Jam, if he recalls. He might recall this conversation we had with him. Now, do you know what is the president? What your guy? Well, there is a state of national address here 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24, and 24, 25. Among some areas. If you look at the document, I've followed those documents. You know, actually, and see Makara responsive. Makara reactive. Kudi Gigi backfired it and then Tikango center these things. You get the point. So it is that. So Imakara would know if zinduzmene ziri core to our functions. So you'd find with we have the service delivered, education and agriculture. My sectors are that. So much is in the cinema and IMF and fundos out.
Of course.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree to fundos. Cut on the wage bill.
Yes.
I don't agree with them. Okay. Because if you want to see my sectors are under the lion's share. But it's from that lion's share. But are we improving? You increase budget health. Have you seen new hospitals being built? Have you seen improved infrastructure of everything? Or service delivery? Or even creating in conducive environment health workers. So you see what the US government those are functions we should be doing. From our revenue base. This is what true. So it says to escalate that kind of thinking at the national level. It will help us to think really aid is something that we should be dropping. And from there, we should not leave it. I've told the development assistance is those are the things we should be receiving. Complemented my programs tweeted that those we should be receiving.
The key things that we have to be
at a social enterprise level. But for us, we have to know what we are good at. Our production base is agriculture. And we have to emphasize on that.
Are we doing on that?
Exactly.
Are we investing in that?
We haven't been investing. We
can't
invest in the productivity. We can't invest in the trade part of it. Because in the end, because of who's we
are an agricultural based economy.
On the private and entrepreneurs. But do you know what everybody has grown and preserved maize to sell it as maize? No one is thinking
adding value. How
are we buying? Somebody is producing.
Exactly.
Why not us?
Yeah, you're right, Bishop.
So these are some of the things that
we should sit down and think.
US government will come and will tell us to promote the production of maize.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No. It should start from us.
Yeah,
and in
true.
Bishop, I will say this. If this was my final statement, I would want to say it. The Minister of Agriculture, US government, could even get a program in nine.
Yeah.
Come Minister of Agriculture, Plado, as my Plado, you and 450 million.
Machinery upper irrigation system.
Decentralization. Also my professor. Bishop, imagine we want a manager. Kuti mfano winaga akulima nteza mchinjimu. I need nteza mtimatumba take 100. Mwampezera pa council level, mwampezera ka extractor. And aba council, mwampasa ngati ngongole.
Yes.
And ikameka chabweza. And aba council mwamupezera so anthu amapanga mabotolo pa.
Yes. Apanga ni
mafuta aja azigulitsa konkuja.
Kumene koko.
Mafuta oyesa kuchinja machokera ku Zambia.
Zambia, imagine.
We are losing revenue to Zambia.
Imagine.
We are also losing forex.
When there is potential.
When there is potential.
Kumene koko. Malo aliko. No tiririko la bwino.
Kudu mukapeze kamuzana manga offices agriculture across the country
we kill them.
Amango nuka mileme pano maipe. Amango nuka mileme pano maipe bas. It's what you can get in those offices.
Imagine.
Koma makapezo Capital Hero
agula maplado.
Bana 400.
Agula magalimo. It's a lot of money background. Investing it.
District Council. We better district council. We better 450 million Nsanje district council. Iru tena kwa uzuri Ansanje ino drama hii mukugwisa nchito kwa agriculture. Chaka jamao muti basa pindu
pandalama
hii. Tipe sapo pindu tia hawa.
Pandalama hii. Ine chimene chimandiwa wa Bishop ndichoti people sit down in boardroom. Ndikuganiza kuti tikwenda tigule magalimoto. Kunoko?
Do you know what?
Minda tilinayo.
Do you know
background pakusowa chochita
do you know the challenge, Bishop? The challenge is even my directors are made masanka my board. My parastatals. You find my directors in the ama yangano ya maposta kwambiri maposta acha kwera. Maposta APM. Singampase mwana. Akushoka bebe akampasa director.
Akazo na malima uyuyu. Sitingampasa opportunity yoti akhale ngongole ya ulimi.
Akampasa director. And you know, Timana private sector my dynamism. Ima in creating a conducive environment.
Yes, talking about private sector.
You know that those are the areas we should be thinking about. We can move from this component ya foreign aid.
Yes.
Imene we should use it to leverage on private sector.
When
we build the private sector, it in knowledge. The private sector is thriving. It in environment. My macroeconomic factors are not negatively affecting them. I'm telling you, that is the one that can help us. Indeed, for us to demonstrate our productivity agriculture. Because do you know for us kuti tizipanga ufa tufunika makampani ngara ina backres. Koma inundi neso tikozo panga partnership. We can do a joint venture. Submit elsewhere.
True.
And if you are just passing
ngongole tikagule machine.
Tizipanga ufa. Tizipanga ufa.
Tikubwezera ngongole yanu in this period.
Absolutely. Ufa uja timbo yanga na critical mass ilipo kali. Unaona ka product ka enjoy gachi. Unaona mimi ndaka bangira ka product. What they did anayanga na critical mass. Bila mafuna juice, unakulbe juice. Unkabeleza juice zinazoipa. Juice wambira nali series. Series ndangada anga mkwanisi. Magaja anangopanga reverse engineering. Yama products amenalba market. Ndikuika monka kana makonda nkaka. Ndikupanga daily juice. Ndikupanga package mono likazi pezeka pena pali boss. And ine ananduza mfano waku Longo daily mozi. Ananuzani ife market yatu ya mbirira ya enjoy tunakaisira muntandire. And the track yatu ina tatsikuro ya mbalo. Ndiwe nazo product hita market. It's the same thing, you know. We can look at this. Now, the person azungua, ama the person hakunjawa, not just azungu. Ama the person hakunjawa. How can we now produce it? Put the kind of trade you take, put the kind of private sector. Because the private sector, see, my interest is private sector, my gonna profit.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Kulibe kuvera na jisoni. Kulibe kuvera na jisoni private.
Sigalo.
Yeah, true.
Private sector.
True.
You to Bishop.
I love the conversations. I really love the conversations because ine ndikuona ngati pali ma opportunities ena kuti tinakatha kuipanga empower private sector yathu koma tinakanika and that is the sole reason why mwinaso tikukanika kuti tigwire zinthu zina zake economically. Because our private sector is not empowered because there are people amene akungoswekera kapushi kena kake kuti afike pena pake.
Uzabisho private sector yathu boma likamayang'ana limayang'ana. I would give you an example. Limayang'ana ajina FDH Bank. But if you really have to look at private sector, at the level at which we are discussing, tiangane Podcastmalawi.
Yeah, true.
What is it that they want? How can we make them better? How can we make them a national product that they can sell outside
Malawi? Yeah, true.
That's the thinking. True. So we should look at institutions. They have established.
Those budding opportunities.
They should go into real entrepreneurship, whereby turnovers as end up with systems in place. They've got checks and balances. They can thrive. Producing business. Not the private sector. They are already established. No, that is where to make revenue base yatu. MRI targets. And how are you going to make it if you are not creating private sector that thrives? So you have to look at magaye mafana tomato acha. Mubadwe mafano takozo mapanga produce tomato jam. Akalambiri. Pali cooperative inake ripo. I don't know any other apart from this one. Oda mapanga tomato jam. So we should have many of them. And it's a fraud market. It's a fraud market. Any value chain market yake makalam. Ngone uzonele uchi. Uchi kale ankapanga na selected. Anangamba most everybody is copying now. And that's a problem with Malawi because anama no dishi kama. Support. If you can support and create a conducive environment, small and medium enterprise. I'm telling you, we've just developed a paper for a certain purpose here. We're doing a political economy analysis here, small and medium enterprises. And we're looking at the law of SME in the economy. Timami angana vendor uja. Amene data lilongwesire council mamutamangisa baseo. Instead of yeyo, mara amena magagamira ondodi ndamama panga. Why don't Lilongosire Council, for example, Banjaba Banki Bash? Why don't they create those as the hotspots? Vending the price is 50,000. So who's it be 50,000 a month? So once you can 50,000. And do you know what that 50,000 will do? It will be a governance arrangement that will help them deliver a service.
True.
So true. You know about service muzibanga cleaning garama desa ali nongasire council. But mukaso ni mastua zanu azibanga check malonga da menu. So we've got a lot of opportunities. America bange develop bantu. But my small and medium enterprises go bit bypass we. Mafana amachaba makalimoto. Kuma kujaku lilongasire council singa kwa kumbira madzi, kwa mangira chitanki kuiga kwa slab. Kudu wina leso lo kuma kujaku. Okachaba kalimoto zikandi
exactly.
We got machisa nyama. We got kula ma drinks. We got TV. That is how you develop a private sector. Look for every opportunity for revenue generation. And do you know what the Longosira Council do? Collect. If our revenue you and I, it's my location. Do we for you not in the face? It's possible. But which service do they give us?
What are you giving us?
If all of
us to give you
every month. You see? So we left into collection sadly. One of its private sector was doing that. So the gentlemen they have delegated their mandate.
True. Opportunities they have delegated
their mandate.
Zodi amaini na zipanga iwo by any means. Za nyumba zita. Bishop.
Pastor Jamapa pompa just at our stage. Peasant hopakira museo. Iwe lilongasire council can they come kuiga slab selling. Nguna mumuche cramped zone akangokuveza museo muja ya cramped.
Do you know kunena kuti Guys achana awa amayanganina mamo atu pa shop like in Blage.
Yes.
They introduced a system
where
you pay ukalwa pakapa. Do you know it's taking years kuti a city council achite the same in the city center? It's taking years. Kuti achite emulate the same system. Imagine that.
So we've got opportunities that we are throwing. So Bishop, an economy grows with productivity.
Yeah, true.
An economy doesn't grow with stagnation.
True.
Sitting amadalira mitukula pakho. Kuna economy is
a
Ora tikamati ku agriculture kwathu ngati ife tukanika kupanga produce chakudya choti ndikuze tikamani nati timadalira agrarian economy timayambira kunena kuti you should be food self-sufficient at household level. Then you should move to community level. Then you should move to district level. Then you should move to national level. Ukafika pa national level, then the excess should be going into commercialization.
Yeah.
But you know what? Every time we want to move into commercialization, we've got a need.
We've got a need.
We've got a need.
Bishop, it has pleased me to appoint you the CEO of Lilongwe City Council. Bishop, I want you to leave us with a word.
Yes.
In 30 seconds.
Yes.
Summarizing whatever we have talked about here, whatever we have discussed here.
Yes.
They didn't hear anything.
Yes.
From the conversations that we've had today.
Governance is everything.
Yeah.
If we fix the software, the hardware will flow.
Yeah.
That we should get it.
Yeah.
And the economy that can produce what it consumes is an economy that has been planned to fail.
Okay.
It will fail.
Okay.
So if you cannot produce what you consume, for instance, it's not just food.
Yeah.
We've not just talked about
opportunities. Yes.
So if you cannot seize on the opportunities that your economy is giving you, that economy is likely going to fail.
Yeah.
My economy is answer to Amakandi Maminos. Amakandi Maminos defined in the framework how they are benefiting from minerals. But if we have got many opportunities that God has given us, and we cannot choose to look away from them. We should look into them, plow them, and we should make sure that we are optimizing productivity in them. But we should also be a quality of citizens because it will begin there. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Doctor. Oh, you're not yet Doctor.
Give it a year. Give it a year.
Yes, I know it's coming. I know. Amakos Jerry, a thought leader, international development.
Yes.
He's an expert in innovations, investment finance, governance, political economy, systematic markets and trade, talk of sustainability, talk of livelihoods and food system development, talk of private sector. This is the person that we had in this building today. Oh, guys, I'm glad that we have developed this platform to talk about these things. And izizi kuchokera ku generation iyi yaifei. Imene ikumayikidwa ngatatsogolera mawa when we are the leaders today. It was a pleasure, Bishop.
Thank you, Bishop.
I really appreciate. And tsiku lina lake ndidzakuitana nisoni.
Please, this is home.
Tsiku lina lake ndidzakuitana nisoni malo anowa.
You have created a strategic platform.
Yes.
For us.
Exactly.
Until something must be changed.
China chake chisinte.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was so wonderful to have you guys watching us. Please, tipangeni follow, continue watching our content, continue engaging. We love the engagement. Ma comments anu timawaona pena timakhala offended, but tinasiya pena kukhala offended because we love to accept other thoughts. Ifeyo timakhala kunena kuti tifuna tikhale mu environment yonena kuti ma thoughts anthu ena so akabwera ti alandire ndi kuwaunika ndi kupatsa kuti kodi akuti chane how can we together improve the status quo. Ladies and gentlemen, it was wonderful that you were there. Nkulu uyuyu Ngozo analipo uyuyu Luki analiso pa makameras kuyasa ziwiri zitatu Grey wangolowa kumene sitingampasa shout out. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Cardinal Henry was here. We would love to have you until we see you again in the next one. We love you guys. We're out.